Hello friends, I hope you all are doing good. In this video, we are going to discuss the modulation index. So I have already discussed the amplitude modulation in analog communication in my previous video. I hope you all have gone through that video. So there I discussed the introduction to the amplitude modulation, I discussed the waveform as well, and at last I discussed the single tone amplitude modulation. There in that video I introduced this term which is modulation index. Now we are going to see in detail what is modulation index and what is its impact on my signal. So I represented the last diagram which was like this. So this diagram represents the single tone modulated signal. So here I had a component which is at the frequency omega c minus omega m, a component at the frequency omega c and a component at the frequency omega c plus omega m. So I represented the component at omega c with amplitude Vc and the component at omega c minus omega m and omega c plus omega m had the amplitude mvc by 2. So now mt was represented like, so I had a component Vc at omega c, so I can represent it as Vc cos of omega ct plus 2 component at omega c minus omega m, omega c plus omega m, and the amplitude is mvc by 2 cos omega c minus omega m plus cos omega c plus omega m. So this is my modulated signal. So now if I have to find out the bandwidth of this signal, so bandwidth of the modulated signal of MT. So bandwidth of MT. So the bandwidth is the total range of frequency over which the signal is contained. So it is spreaded over the frequency which are ranging from omega c plus omega m to omega c minus omega m. After omega c plus omega m, I don't have the modulated signal, and below omega c minus omega m, I also don't have the modulated signal. So bandwidth would be higher frequency minus lower frequency. So omega c plus omega m minus omega c minus omega m. So it would be 2 of omega m. So bandwidth is twice of the frequency of the message signal. So now from here I can see the bandwidth does not depend upon the carrier signal, it depends only on the message signal. So now if I talk about the modulation index, so M represents the modulation index. So in my previous video I told you about its mathematical parameter, so it was equal to Vm by Vc. So I represented the signal diagram of the amplitude modulated signal. So if I represent the amplitude modulated signal, so the highest amplitude of the modulated signal was Vc plus Vm. So when signal, the carrier signal is added with the message signal, the amplitude will be added. So the amplitude of carrier was Vc, amplitude of message signal was Vm. So highest was Vc plus Vm and lowest will be Vc minus Vm. So now if I have to represent this signal, so this signal is the amplitude modulated signal. So if I talk about the Vm, so Vm could be given by, so if I talk about the maximum frequency, so the maximum frequency plus the minimum frequency. So if I add both of them, so I will get twice of Vc. So if I subtract both of them, so it would be Vc plus Vm minus Vc minus Vm. So the maximum frequency, maximum amplitude was Vc plus Vm, minimum amplitude was Vc minus Vm. So when I subtracted the maximum and the minimum, so it would equal to Vc plus Vm minus Vc plus Vm. So it is equal to 2 Vm. So it is giving me the twice the amplitude of the message signal. So if I call Emax to be, so if I am calling Emax is equal to Vc plus Vm and E minimum to be Vc minus Vm. So Vm can be given as Emax minus Emin upon 2, because Emax minus Emin was twice of Vm. So Emax minus Emin was 2 Vm. So when I took 2 downside, I am left out with Vm is equal to Emax minus Emin upon 2. Similarly, Vc would be given as Emax plus Emin upon 2. So now modulation index can be given as M would be equal to Vm upon Vc. So Emax minus Emin upon 2 divided by Emax plus Emin divided by 2. So it is equal to Emax minus Emin upon Emax plus Emin. So Emax is equal to Vc plus Vm and Emin is equal to Vc minus Vm. So if I have this waveform, I can calculate the modulation index when I see this waveform also. So by just looking at this waveform, I can calculate the modulation index. What will I do? I'll calculate the maximum amplitude, I'll calculate the minimum amplitude, and I'll put the maximum and the minimum amplitude here in this formula, and I can find out the modulation index. So now the modulation index can be having values which is greater than 1 or less than 1 or is equal to 1. So now when the modulation index is having the value less than 1, so here I can say Vm upon Vc is less than 1, which means Vm is less than Vc. So now if Vm is less than Vc, so taking the first case that M is less than 1, so now I can say Vm upon Vc is less than 1, which means Vm is less than Vc. So now when Vm is less than Vc, so this term Vc minus Vm would be positive. So now this diagram represents this first case. So this is called under-modulated wave. So this diagram represents under-modulated. So this is representing my under-modulated. So now coming to the second case. In the second case, let's take M is equal to 1, which implies Vm upon Vc is equal to 1, which implies Vm is equal to Vc. So now when I have to find out lower limit would be Vc minus Vc, which is equal to 0. So now how can I represent this signal? So now here the maximum amplitude would be twice of Vc and the minimum amplitude would be 0. So it is the carrier signal, it is represented like this. So now this is called critical modulation. So this waveform is called critically modulated waveform. So now here you can see all of the signal information is contained in the positive sideband only. So I don't need to see the negative envelope to detect my message signal. Here also the message is preserved in the positive side. So now coming to the third case. So now m is greater than 1, which implies Vm upon Vc is greater than 1. So I can say Vm is greater than Vc. So now when I have to find out this lower limit, the lower amplitude would be Vc minus Vm, which comes out to be negative. So now if I have to see the waveform, so now I hope you can see from this diagram. So here I have overlapped the negative part. So this is my amplitude, maximum amplitude here. So this is my minimum amplitude. Minimum amplitude is coming into the negative side. So the amplitude is in negative direction, which implies I have some information of my message signal in the negative side lobe as well. So if I just see the positive side, I cannot extract my message. So I just need to see the negative side as well to extract my message signal. So now I hope you can see the under-modulated signal is better than the over-modulated signal. So this is called over-modulated signal. And in between we have the limiting case, which is the critical modulated signal. So the critical modulated signal is the limiting case of the under modulated and the over modulating signal, where this case is the last case where my signal amplitude is or signal information is preserved in the positive side lobe. So now coming to the power. So when I represent power, so the power is contained in the amplitude. So if my carrier signal is Vc cos omega ct, so power of carrier signal which is having the waveform Vc cos omega ct would be half Vc square. So Vc square upon 2 represents the power of the carrier signal. So now if I talk about the modulated signal, so the modulated signal would have 3 amplitudes. So here I have carrier signal plus first side lobe plus second side lobe. So here I have 3 signals. So here the amplitude is mvc by 2. Here also I have amplitude mvc by 2. And here the amplitude is Vc. So if I have to find out total power, so Pt would be equal to the power of the carrier signal, which is Vc square upon 2 plus the power of this sideband cos omega c minus omega m. So its amplitude is mvc by 2. So its power would be mvc by 2 half into amplitude square. So mvc by 2 is the amplitude, mvc by 2 square into half plus. So now again this component is having the amplitude mvc by 2. So again the power contained in this component would be mvc by 2 square upon 2. So it is multiplied by 1 by 2. So now if I have to represent total power, so total power is equal to taking 1 by 2 common. So I am left out with Vc square plus m square Vc square upon 4 plus m square Vc square upon 4. So now this m square Vc square by 4 and this m square Vc square by 4 would get added up, and I am left out with total power is equal to half of Vc square plus m square Vc square upon 2. So this is my total power now. So now I represented the total power as half of Vc square. I took this Vc square common, so I am left out with 1 plus m square by 2. So now Pt is equal to, this is Pc, power of carrier signal, half Vc square. So power of carrier signal multiplied by 1 plus m square by 2. So if I talk about the efficiency, so efficiency is given by eta. So efficiency is equal to the power transmitted by upper sideband and lower sideband. I hope you remember that I said the information is in the upper sideband and lower sideband only, because this is the carrier signal and carrier signal has constant characteristics, so it does not contain any information. So the power of sidebands is my required power, so it contains the actual information upon the total power will give me the efficiency. The power of sideband is given by m square Vc square upon 4 plus m square Vc square upon 4. So how I calculated the power of sideband? The power of this component plus the power of this component. I already calculated it. So it was m square Vc square by 4 plus m square Vc square by 4 into 1 by 2. So this represents the power of my sidebands, which contains the actual information. So it is divided by the total power. The total power was Pc 1 plus m square by 2. So, or I can represent it in the terms of Vc. So it was half Vc square 1 plus m square by 2. So now simplifying it, so this half and this half would get cancelled out. Similarly, I can take Vc common and I can cancel out the Vc. So I am left out with m square by 4 plus m square by 4. So this is equal to m square upon 2 upon 1 plus m square upon 2. So now I can represent the efficiency as, efficiency is equal to m square upon 2 plus m square. So now I'll calculate another term which is called redundancy. So R is redundancy. So R is equal to 1 minus efficiency. So if I calculate it, it would be equal to 1 minus m square upon 2 plus m square. So it would be equal to 2 upon 2 plus m square. So this redundancy is equal to 2 upon 2 plus m square. Efficiency is equal to m square upon 2 plus m square. So now I hope you are clear up to this term. So now if I have to calculate the IT and IC. IT is the total current and IC is the carrier current. So I know the relation, the PT is equal to PC into 1 plus m square by 2. So I can represent PT is equal to PC 1 plus m square by 2. So I know power is represented by the formula I square into R. So IT square into R, where R is the radiation resistance of the antenna, and IC square R 1 plus m square upon 2. So now this R and this R will get cancelled out and I'll get IT upon IC square is equal to 1 plus m square by 2. So now from here I can calculate the IT is IC into under root 1 plus m square upon 2. So now I hope you are clear with all of the terms which I discussed here. So I started with the modulation index. I calculated how I can calculate the modulation index with the practical waveforms. After that I discussed the under modulated, critical modulated and over modulated waveforms. So this is over modulated waveform. And after that I discussed about the power. So the total power is related to the carrier power with respect to this formula. So after that I discussed about the efficiency, and efficiency formula came out to be this, which is m square upon 2 plus m square. After that I discussed redundancy, which was 1 minus efficiency. So it was equal to 2 upon 2 plus m square. After that I discussed the relationship between the total current and the carrier current. So it was equal to IT is equal to IC under root 1 plus m square by 2. So I hope you understood all of these parameters. These parameters are very important when you discuss the amplitude modulation. So I'll be winding up my session here. I hope you understood each and every term which I discussed here. If you still have any doubt, you can put the doubt in the comment box and I'll try to resolve it as soon as possible. I hope you like this video. If you like it, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel and push the like button. Thank you.